Let us discuss the another article of Unit 4 from Pulse and Digital Circuit subject, triggering of monostable multivibrator. Before going to triggering of monostable multivibrator, let us recollect the basics of this monostable multivibrator. This multivibrator consists of one stable state and one quasi stable state. So as the name itself indicates, mono means single. It consisting of one stable state, one quasi stable state. What is meant by quasi? Quasi means temporary state. The circuit is initially in stable state. So that is the next point. The circuit will be initially in stable state. That means once you connect the circuit, initially the circuit will be in stable state. So how to switch the circuit from stable state to quasi-stable state? By applying the trigger pulses. So that is what we write next point. When trigger pulse is applied, what happens? The circuit will switch from stable state to quasi stable state, and it will remain in that state for some time, and again switches back to stable state. So this point is very important. So that means when the trigger pulse is applied, what happens? The circuit will switch from stable state to quasi-stable state, that is temporary state. It will stay in this state for some time, and again it switches back to the stable state. So what is the other name of this? So the other name of this monostable multivibrator is monostable multivibrator. All these points we have discussed. Monostable multivibrator is called one shot multivibrator. Like a stable multivibrator is called as free running multivibrator. So monostable multivibrator is called as one shot multivibrator. So let us write the next point. It is mainly used to generate pulses. Like a stable multivibrator is mainly used to generate square wave. So this monostable multivibrator is mainly used to generate pulses. So let us draw the circuit diagram, and in the circuit diagram let us see how to apply the trigger pulse to the circuit. So that is our coming session. So as you know that the circuit is very simple. The circuit consisting of two identical transistors Q1 and Q2, two identical transistors Q1 and Q2. So let us take this resistor as say RC1. Let us say this resistor is say RC2. So let us give the power supply to the circuit. So plus VCC is the power supply to the circuit. So connect the collector output of Q1 to the base of Q2, and connect one resistor here R. So this is the capacitor C. Now let us take one resistor here R1, connect it to the base of Q1. Let us connect one more resistor R2 and connect a negative power supply minus VBB to the base of Q1. So let us ground this terminal emitter and let us ground this emitter terminal. So this is where we can take the output at the collector of Q2, we can call it as VC2. So this is about your monostable multivibrator which we have discussed earlier. So what is the initial stable state of the circuit? Since this transistor Q1 is given the negative power supply, so this transistor Q1 is in off condition, so and Q2 will be on condition. So this is the initial stable state of the circuit. So therefore the Q2 will be initially in on condition and Q1 will be initially in off condition. So this is the permanent state or stable state of the circuit. Till the trigger is applied, the circuit will remain in this state. So that is the next point we have to write. Next point we have to write the circuit, the initial stable state of the circuit is the initial stable state of the circuit. What is the initial stable state of the circuit? You can easily observe from the circuit. So what is the status of Q1? Q1 is off because it is given negative biasing at the base, and Q2 is in on condition. So this is the initial stable state of the circuit. So till the trigger pulse is applied, the circuit will remain in the state. Now, so in order to switch the circuit from stable state to unstable state, we have to apply the trigger pulses. So in order to make this Q2 transistor into off condition, so remember that we have to apply negative trigger pulse at the collector of Q1 or at the base of Q2. So how to turn off this Q2? There are two methods to turn off Q2. We can apply the negative trigger pulse like this, the negative trigger pulse at the collector. So at the collector, so this negative pulse is transmitted to the base of Q2, hence Q2 is turned into off condition. Or you can also apply the negative trigger pulse at the base of Q2. So these are the two methods you can switch off Q2. So therefore that is the next point we mentioned. So that is the next point we are going to mention. So therefore the next point is that the negative trigger pulses are applied at collector of Q1 or at the base of Q2 to turn off Q2. So these are the two methods to turn off Q2. So let us see how to apply these negative trigger pulses. So let us see how to apply these negative trigger pulses. For this purpose, let us take a diode here. The diode with direction is like this. So therefore the diode is like this. Let us take one resistor here. Let us call this resistor as RT. Let us take one capacitor here. So this capacitor is called as CT. So let us connect this to the power supply. So therefore we apply square wave here. The square wave here, so to the capacitor. So therefore this RT-CT works as a high pass filter. So therefore I name this portion of the circuit, capacitor, CT, RT and diode is as the triggering circuit. So as the triggering circuit, you have to clearly mention triggering circuit. So this square wave is applied to this terminal. So therefore because of this RT-CT, so therefore high pass filter, this square wave is turned into positive spike and a negative spike. So let us see about this next point. So in the next point you can mention that, so what is our circuit? The circuit is the capacitor CT and this is the resistor RT. So this is the trigger circuit which we have added to the circuit. So for this we are applying a square wave. So this is the high pass circuit which we have discussed in the unit 1. So if the time constant is very small, the time constant is very small, as you know that the time constant is very small. What is the output of the circuit? The output of the circuit produces spikes, positive spike and a negative spike. It will result into positive spike and a negative spike. So this is your positive spike and negative spike. So when these spikes are produced, if the time constant of the circuit is very small, time constant is very small, so this circuit very small, this circuit functioning as you know that this circuit functioning as a differentiator, so you get the output like this. So therefore you can see that at the diode input you can see that the positive spike at the diode input, that means at this location A, the positive spikes and the negative spikes are produced. Positive spike and negative spikes are produced. So for positive spikes the diode is reverse biased, for negative spikes the diode is forward biased. So these negative spikes are coupled to the base of Q2 and hence Q2 is turned into off condition. So therefore the circuit is switched from stable state to quasi stable state. So that is what you have to write. The next point is, so for positive spikes, what will happen? For positive spikes the diode is reverse biased. For negative spikes, what will happen? For negative spikes the diode is forward biased and hence these negative spikes are transmitted or coupled to the base of Q2. What happens once the negative spikes are received at the base of Q2? Hence Q2 is turned into off condition, and Q1 is turned into on condition. So this is what the negative spikes will do. So this is called as triggering of monostable multivibrator. So therefore once this happens, the circuit will switch from stable state to quasi stable state, and it will stay in this state for some time and again switches back to the stable state. So now you can see that. So the last point you can mention it as, so initially the Q2 is in on condition. Once Q2 is in on condition, what is the output? VCE saturation. So they can clearly mention what is the output. This output is VCE saturation. Once this Q2 is turned into off condition, so VC2, the output is connected to VCC. So therefore the output is switched to VCC and it will stay in some time. So this level is VCC. It will stay in this state for some time and again it switches back to the stable state. So that is VCE saturation. So this portion of the circuit is quasi stable state. This portion of the circuit is stable state. This portion of the is stable state. So this portion is your quasi stable state. So in this way you can apply the trigger pulse to the monostable multivibrator to switch the circuit from stable state to quasi stable state. Very important article in the examination, triggering of monostable multivibrator. Thank you.